chest bump is out of control today.
You got a lot of movement.
I think it's the pancakes. I think it's the pancakes. That's impressive. Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, alongside
Rich Homie Sean, High Performance Nutrition.
Now, you and I would like to say that, relatively speaking, and when you compare us to most of the nation, we have become somewhat successful in business. I think we can say that. And throughout our years of climbing the ranks in business, of fighting, just clawing our way to where we're at now. Not to the top. We're not near the top.
Right.
Bill Gates, that motherfucker's at the top. We have had people tell us, we've had two kinds of people. You ever go to a bodybuilding show, you see someone on stage who maybe shouldn't be on stage? It's because everybody was a little too nice to them. Okay? Then you got the other people who just completely trash everything you do.
Yeah.
And I think that there's something to be learned about kind of following your own path.
This is a fact. It's actually a pretty profound lesson in life, guys, and that is that when you have a good plan, when you have what you believe to be the right direction on your course set, you must follow it, and you must do so until you believe otherwise. You can't allow the words of another individual, whether positive or negative, to derail your course. What do we mean by that? On the negative end.
On the negative end, you could go athletics,
yeah,
or you could go business. Business, I was told that I'm too niche. I was told that, I am a little too different to make it work, that I don't cut the normal mold of a CEO, that I can never go mainstream. And I don't really want to go mainstream. I like my niche. However, I consider Fox TV. I consider that pretty mainstream. In bodybuilding, arms are too small, traps are too small, calves are too small, funny shape, different things. My lats overpower my arms, things like that. But I follow my own course. I'd have people, and then people tell you what to do though. Oh, take a year off of training your chest. That would be stupid. So, there's different things you go, but you go athletic or business-wise, but I'm sure you had the same people. Like you were starting with stores when you were in your teens.
Yeah, I've had people tell me, opening a store, that's not going to work.
Retail's dead.
You can't do that. You're not going to be successful with that. Yeah, the internet is where it's at. And yet we built one of the most successful stores in the country. And then starting a business. Oh, you're going to start a business? Mm-hmm. You're going to play against the big boys?
Yeah.
How are you going to do that? That could never work.
Not Muscle Tech?
Yeah.
Optimum? No way.
They're going to crush you.
You have no shot. You have no shot. Hey, similar to your brick and mortar, internet, you guys it's too crowded.
Yeah.
Too crowded. See, the thing is now, I'm the first one. I'm not negative. I'm honest. I'm the first one. If someone comes up to me and they say, people call me call, text, or email, probably at least 3 times a week. That's not an exaggeration. It's not an understatement. And I have this idea. Can I have your opinion? Because, I've had experience. And I usually ask this question. Do you want me to be honest, or do you want me to encourage you? Because it's two different things. If you're going to ask me, hey, I want to start a gym, I'm going to lay out all of the SWOT analyses that you should be doing yourself. I'm going to lay out, here's where you're strong, here's where you're going to fail. Planet Fitness is $10 a month. How are you going to compete with that? LA Fitness has 2.5 million plus in inventory on their gym floor. Do you have that kind of money? Those are the things. How are you going to differentiate? What about location? Have you looked at rent, overhead, insurance? Things like that people don't think about, but that's not being negative. That's being honest. And you need to look for that honest dude. That guy's like, you know what? Here's the positives. Here's the negatives. But I think that more often than we get the rah-rahs, like from our family, like, oh no, you look great. Your hair looks great. It's one of those things where...
And it does.
It does. It is good looking hair.
It's on point.
But you also got to watch out for the people who are just completely negative, trying to, as you said, I think we were talking about this earlier, try to project their issues on you.
Yeah, and so you have on the one hand people who have fears, who have failures, who have regrets in their life, and they try to project them on you and tell you what your limits are and what your capabilities are. But just on the other hand, you have people who are extremely positive, who may have love for you and want to support you, and may not have all the information needed to give you accurate assessment of the situation, and they may falsely encourage you. As you mentioned with the bodybuilding show, you look great, you lost 50 pounds.
And then you get on stage.
But you did lose 50 pounds, but you need to lose 20 more. So that's that's okay. They want to encourage you, but they weren't the ones to give you the correct advice. So again, this is where, and again, I wouldn't want to say like when people email you or me or someone that they want to ask advice to, it's a little bit of a different situation because they've come to us, knowing who we are and what our input, could bring to the table for them. It's different. Mostly what we're referring to here is unsolicited comments from people who are around you, your friends and family,
and internet.
And the other. Yeah.
And I mean, you could look. I mean, you could have, there's some people on Instagram who have extremely positive following that might push them into the wrong things, or they could have the complete negative. Like, I'll be real. Things get to me. I'm not going to lie. Like, if I get a comment on Instagram, sometimes it does get to me. It's like, the other day I posted my posing videos. It's like, your arms need to be bigger. I know this. It's something, I have a mirror, but even then I look at it and it gets to me. I'm like, oh, maybe, I'm not cut out for the universe. I got to admit, that's like me being real. It literally crossed my mind immediately. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing getting ready for the largest NABA show if I have small arms?
Yeah.
It gets to you. But then you kind of just have to bring it all, because it's going to get to you. Nobody I know at least, who's being honest, has nothing get to them at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's about not letting it get to you. It's about
affect it.
It's about not letting it, change your course.
Yeah.
Whether it's positive or negative. You have to stay on your course that you have deemed to be the correct way of moving forward until you have information that you agree is worthy of altering your course for.
Absolutely.
It can't just be a negative comment here or there with no validation. You have to always be questioning, is this true? Is there something I can take from this? Is this valid? Should I apply this? Should I change course?
Absolutely, guys. Take that for what it's worth. Sean, thanks again for coming aboard. And again, for more information on HPN, it'll be the first link down below. That's not a game.